Hey everyone, it's Fabio Graton, Chief Spiceologist at SpiceQuest, and I wanted to share with you. I know oftentimes you guys just get an email and it just is, here's the limited edition, but we go through a lot. I don't know if you could see, we have a wall of different peppers that we collected and dehydrated. We have a very, very large freezer at home of pepper stored. We have our core varietals there, our Asian kits, our chocolates, and there's another wall over there that you can't see. A lot of peppers that we collect, dry, test, taste. But right now, what you're seeing here is I wanted to share this with you. We have some of the different peppers that we're considering for the next batch, and would love your thoughts. Right? None of these are probably going to be familiar to the average person. Although some of you that have started following me recently, you may be very familiar with these. I want to just first orient you to what they are. Some of these are from our previous batches. We have our Dragon's Breath and our Smoky Rainbow, which hopefully you guys have been enjoying. We're about to put some new batches out of those. Here we have a Yellow Reaper, then we have a Tom's Giant Peach Scorpion, a Dystopian Yellow T-Rex, the Sugar Rush Peach. I'd love to tell you a little bit more about that. The White Ghost Scorpion from Bill Corbitt, the Red Primotali, and the Red Hydra. So these are all different. They're different than a lot of the peppers that we've put out so far. Besides the Sugar Rush Peach from Wolfstead, a phenomenal farm. I recommend that you guys check these people out. Besides this one, which this one really clocks a little bit lower. We have it out to test right now, but I think it's somewhere in the 50,000 Scoville heat unit. So think more like in line with the 1 or the 2 of the core kit. This is super delish. But most of these other ones are probably somewhere between, probably when we get the test back, they're all going to be somewhere between 400,000 and a million, even though if you read the literature, they're all going to tell you that they're like a million plus, especially when the word Reaper is in there. So I want to tell you a little bit about each one of these real quickly. So the Yellow Reaper, which is right here, essentially, I mean, this is, Carolina Reaper, Ed Curry's Carolina Reaper. It's from Malden Farms from last year's harvest. It's going to have the heat level of probably, my guess is going to be in the 800, 900,000. Although some will say that that they probably should be testing in the 1.5 million. And what I'll tell you is the reason I like this one so much, and excuse me, the reason I really like this one so much is because I sent this out accidentally last year to a person that thinking that I was sending out the limited edition. I sent them out the Yellow Reaper. They came back to me and they're like, "Oh my God, that's incredible! That was my favorite ever." And I told them, "Oh shit, sorry, I sent you the wrong one." So I know, and then I started trying, and I'm like, "Wow, this is really good. We have quite a good quantity here. We could probably put about 50 grinders out of this one." So I'm really tempted, but we do have a lot of Reapers already in the lineup. We have the Reaper X and the Carolina Reaper. We already have the Chocolate Reaper in that kit. So putting out another Reaper, I'm not quite sure, but this one has like a fantastic taste. Then we have the White Ghost Scorpion, which is also known as the Jay's White Ghost Scorpion. This is from Bill Corbitt. This is fantastic. You can see we got quite a bit of this one. This is basically a cross between the White Ghost and the Jay's Ghost Scorpion. So I would say that the Jay's Peach Ghost Scorpions, I would say that this is probably going to be pretty hot, probably somewhere in the approaching the million. It's got a fantastic flavor, just woof, amazing. And again, it's in the hotter side, but it's incredibly sweet. We could definitely probably put out about, my guess is maybe about 75 to 100 grinders of this. So it's not as rare, but it was really hard to get. And I'm really grateful for Bill Corbitt sharing that with us. So next I want to tell you about one that I've been really wanting to put out there. It's the Red Primotali. It's a cross between the 7 Pot and the red Fatalii. And honestly, it's just one of those peppers that um, that people talk about. It was discussed a lot on the in the different grower groups. It's got an incredible flavor, an incredible heat, like most of the seven pots do. Um, it is on the hotter side. It'd probably be closer to 1 million Scoville heat units, but we haven't had a red Primotali in any of the mixes, so I thought this might be the time. This won't make much. These are still pods in here, so even though some of these look uh, like the other ones, but when you think about a pod, by the time you crush this down, you're talking about maybe a third of this or maybe a quarter of this is powder. So we might be able to make about 20 grinders. But again, one of those that thinking about putting out soon. Next, I want to tell you about one that I love this. I've had it on my own meals. It's a dystopian yellow T-Rex. Um, it's phenomenal. It's a cross between the yellow dystopia and the T-Rex yellow pepper. And honestly, the yellow dystopia bred by West Lane. So this is pretty amazing. It's not a very common one to get. If you hear people talking about the T-Rex or the dystopian yellow T-Rex, um, it's still in its early stages. I'm not sure what season it's in, but we may never see this again. Chip Taylor got this to us, and we're really, really excited. We could probably make a good 30, 40 grinders from this. It's clocking in probably somewhere between our 5 and 6. So think about our brain strain. Probably it's about 550 Scoville heat units. We have this sent off and tested, and this one could really be magical. Again, it's pretty hot, but it's not as hot as say some of the Reapers or Scorpions. Now, I talked about this earlier about this the Sugar Rush peach. We don't have a lot of this. I have a lot of this in our freezer. Um, this is a growing favorite among a lot of the growers. They like it because it's got the spice, but it doesn't overwhelm. It's also really, really good because it's got the sweetness to it, like a peach or apricot. It's very floral. It can go on a lot of different types of food, especially Central American or Mexican foods. It's just I have to say, it's really grown on me. At first, I was like, oh, that's a little bit sweet. But honestly, the Sugar Rush Peach is one that I'm going to put out no matter what. But I'd love your thoughts on this. If this is something that might interest you, I'd love to get your thoughts right now. So Sugar Rush Peach by Wolfstead, they're putting out some incredible things, and it was a great partnership with them last harvest, and look forward to more of that. Then last but not least, we have, and I love this name, Tom's Giant Peach Scorpion. This is one of the hottest ones that we've tested recently. And the reason this is really good, it's got those flavors from the lineage of the scorpion varietals, but it has this kind of fruity sweetness and this peach color, which just, as you can see here, just makes it really, really beautiful. It goes on so many different foods. It is pretty hot. Um, it builds pretty strong, stays pretty long. It's a lot of fun on your food. I don't know. It's an embarrassment of peppers here, to be honest with you, as you can see them all here. I know they all start kind of blending and sounding the same. Most of these come from different varietals. Most of them can go on so many different foods, but love to get your thoughts. I'll probably put most of these out here over the course of the next 6 to 12 months. But if there was one that you're really, really dying to try, or that maybe something about it appealed to you more, I'll write in the notes what these different peppers are so you could go read a little bit more about them. And hey, if one of you is really, really passionate and comes to me and says, hey, Fabio, that's the one, please let me know, and that might just be the one we pick. So thank you so much for joining me on this journey. Thank you for enjoying and trying and experimenting with all these different peppers. It's all thanks to the growers and those people that are putting hundreds and hundreds of hours over the summers and into the fall to make sure that we get to enjoy these incredible peppers. So I'm very grateful to them. And until then, thank you.